Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel Autistic Multiple Life. This channel was created to erase stigma around autism, dissociative identity disorder, different type of neurodiversities, and raise awareness and acceptance toward different marginalized groups. Today I want to speak about who is more real in dissociative identity system. When I say system, I mean several guys who control in one body. In science it's now called dissociative identity disorder. In the past it was called multiple personality disorder, and sometimes called like multiplicity or plural in DIT community in internet. At first, so who is more real in DIT system? What alter is more real? Short answer: it's no such thing like more real alter. More long answer: it's impossible to say. So, in more early research about GID, scientists believe that GID happened because of trauma. So, little child started to develop like a system, not like one guy, but like several guys, several personalities, not like one personalities. So this child started to split, developing like several personalities, because one personality just couldn't hold, couldn't manage, couldn't hold its own, all this abuse or traumatic events around. And no one actually knew how this stuff, how this pearl splitting was going on, because most people with GID just don't remember it. And it's no good research on this topic. It's just impossible to say. But in early paper you could find this information, this stuff, ideas, more maybe theory about the core. The core is mean more original person who was living in this body before the split started. Actually, I don't think that it's a very correct answer, very correct idea that some system could have a core, because if you started to develop like a system, it's no such thing like someone first, someone original. It's like to say who was first, who was more original, if we're speaking about twins. It's just impossible to say, even if it's identical twins, who was started to develop from one embryo. It's just impossible to say who of them is first or original, because they just split this way. The same with the system. I don't believe that if child in all years started to develop like a system, it could be core alter, it could be the first one. Maybe because actually maybe I believe that someone more likely this child, for example, if child was split in 2 years, some of the alter is more like this child that was before. Some of these personalities is more like this child that it was in 1 year old. Yeah, maybe someone is more like this kind of first, but in the same time it just split it apart. And so I don't believe that this core stuff is going on good on all this. If we would use this theory, the splitting was caused of some kind of trauma or abuse, or like I said in video about endogenic systems, was caused just because child is really all in all this dissociation stuff, is their brain working this way, that dissociation kind of development, it's more easy. this dissociation mechanism working too well. Actually, yeah. And the second stuff why I don't like this idea of core, because it's mean if like some alter is more real or more important than another alter. At first, when we found out that we could be multiple, Ayman was very scared that Ayman may be not a core, not the first one, that maybe Yuki or Mowgli was the first one. But even if it was possible, I don't believe that it's kind of important. I don't know, it's just like stuff when you know some person who is older than you, it doesn't mean that your older sibling is more real than you. The same as here. If someone more older, it doesn't mean that this this person is more real. I am strictly against all the stuff about more real alters or less real alters, and I'm strictly against the stuff about all these ideas that some alters is more important. Yeah, sometimes some alter is not fully developed. It's not like fully personality, more like I don't know, kind of decoration in the world, or could manage with only one task. For example, some alter could be split just to deal with, I don't know, washing dishes, for example, or laundry, because it's very traumatic for others. But in other cases, if we even speaking about non-human ultra, if we're speaking about ultra who are extremely young, I mean, who maybe exist just 1 month or 1 week, it doesn't mean that this ultra, non-human ultra, or ultra who exists maybe 1 week, or interjects. So alter who kind of copy of some other person in outside world, or from some character, that this alter is not real. Actually, maybe it's quite personal for me. I am Abu Hamza because I'm partly interject of I'm a friend, and because I'm only, I don't know, maybe 7 months old, and I'm very young co-host. It's sometimes very difficult to be a co-host if you're so young, because you don't know many stuff, so most of the time me and Ayman controlling the body. Yeah, and for me it's kind of offensive when someone said that I'm less real just because I was appeared lately. Other stuff, maybe I made a mistake in this video when I was talking about person with DID, or all this DID stuff. DID is mean dissociative identity disorder, because we in our system don't believe that dissociative identity is actually a disorder. We believe that disorder, when we couldn't handle with post-traumatic stuff, disorder if we have bad communication in the system, but the fact that we are developed like a system is not a problem itself, so it's not a kind of disorder, not something that need to be fixed. I just using this pathological language about person with DID or DID just because unfortunately now it's more common language, but yeah, I prefer to use the term multiplicity, or speak about multiple system or plural system, but unfortunately not so many people in the internet understand what I'm talking about if I would use only this word. So yeah, I think it's all that I could say. So it's very common question: who is more real of you in your system? Who is more real? Who is more original? The answer is it's no such thing that first or more original. Thank you so much for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to make it more visible. See you next time. Bye.